Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Rock Sound. It's When We Were Young Festival 2022. Black Veil Brides are on the lineup. Andy joins me now. How are you, man?
We are here.
You are here.
What if we weren't on the lineup and I was just here?
I mean, I could see it. I could see you wanting to just check out this lineup, even if you weren't on it.
It's true. It actually happened to me last week where I wasn't on the lineup and then I just ended up at a festival.
Festival?
I was at Aftershock.
Oh, a very you lineup.
My wife Lilith was playing, and so I got to fly out. And then she was doing an interview and then pulled me into the interview. So there was a scenario where I was not playing a festival and I ended up sitting on a couch being interviewed.
I think you're the only band member ever who's been like, you know what I should do at this festival where I'm not playing? More press. That's the one.
I just wanted to watch her do it, you know.
That's nice. Nice and supportive. I enjoy that. I mean, the obvious thing here, obviously yesterday, didn't get off to the greatest of starts. Fuck the weather and all that stuff. But we're here now. It's happening.
I for a second forgot about the weather, and I thought you were just talking shit about the festival.
No.
I forgot, because now obviously I realize, but you know, sometimes like I'm so used to like, you know, we usually talk in the UK where it's like
that is
3
true.
days, different bands every day kind of thing. So I was thinking in my mind for some reason, I started thinking like download or whatever, and it would be like if I was playing on the Saturday and you're like Friday was kind of shit. But I realized.
Just to clarify.
It's been a whirlwind.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's been a whirlwind. Very good. I don't even think you intended to do that, but it's been a whirlwind right there.
Yeah.
But we're here now. It's happening. Such a stacked lineup. Loads and loads of friends of yours on there.
I was just so excited. One of my favorite bands is Jimmy Eat World, and they were standing over there.
Everyone has been starstruck by Jim Adkins today. I absolutely love it.
But just seeing them, you know, like any of it.
In the flesh.
It's just, you know, I'm listening to their record on a plane yesterday, and
nice.
then, well, because they're in my playlist of what I listen to every time I travel.
Of course.
And just seeing them, because I've never met any of them. And then, you know, there's no opportunity for me to approach. So I just am looking at and I think you know, I think Jim might have caught me looking, and I tried to give it like a you know, like a pleasant, like a not aggressive. Yeah,
exactly.
And then you were interviewing the Motionless guys. So you had about 75 people on this couch.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of impressive. I'm just mad that we got one on either end.
You looked
I've never
cozy.
done that one before.
You were
cozy is the word.
Yeah.
Cozy is the word. But they're good gentlemen. So
I almost couldn't see you. There was a lot of motionless around you.
A lot of motionless around, and a lot of tall gentlemen in that band.
Yeah.
Now
it's just the two of us.
Yeah, and now it's just the two of us.
Building castles in the sky.
Building castles in the sky. Finally, when's that going to be our karaoke number? We got to get that done.
Do you want to talk about this festival at any point?
I mean,
no.
I'm enjoying this.
You keep trying, and I keep derailing.
Look, we've done this so many times at this point. If I didn't expect in the nicest possible way, a little rambling chat, I wouldn't.
That's my thing.
And I enjoy it.
That's my brand.
It's nice. It keeps things fresh. It's always good.
No, I'm really excited about this because, you know, I'm 31. I'm significantly younger than most of my peer group, and older than the next generation of people that are coming up.
That's so true.
So I'm in this kind of weird like zone where the bands that I was listening to primarily predate kind of the generation of bands that I was in, but I'm in this kind of in-between era. So it's fun for me to be able to look at bands like Jimmy Eat World and Alkaline Trio and be so excited about seeing what are my favorite bands, but also to exist in this era where we're kind of, you know, I guess what you might call like the 2010s era of bands. And then to see, you know, like kids like Little Huddy or whatever walking in, like to see the different generations is a lot of fun for me. So, I'm just really excited about not only the lineup and being here and getting to watch bands, but just the fact that something like this exists.
Yeah,
you know?
So cool to see. It's just a big celebratory feel to everything. And it must be exciting as well to finally be here with some brand new music as well, which is nice and unexpected. Teased that for a little while, but a brand new EP just out there and just dropped. I guess playing these live. Maybe not for the first time. Have you played any of the songs live yet?
I haven't played any of the new songs live yet. Nobody had heard them up until a couple days ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So definitely doing at least one today. And, you know, it's kind of different. This is a festival set, so the rotation's a little different. But Trinity of Terror 3 got a very different set list than the first two legs. We wanted to switch it up. So exciting.
Tell me a little bit about this new EP, because obviously when we caught up a download, you were saying there were the songs kind of left over from the previous album. It kind of feels like, was this from those ideas, or was this a whole separate kind of recording session?
No, this was a different thing.
Right.
Initially, the whole idea was to kind of go in and do a part two, right? And then once we started writing, it just didn't necessarily feel like. I sort of felt, from a lyrical standpoint, that the story had already been told, and there was a lot more going on in our lives, or just tonally with the songs that were being written, that felt like let's not try to force this. So it turned into something else entirely, and we're happy that it's out there.
Yeah.
And there's still more material from those sessions that hasn't been put out yet.
Oh, that's interesting. How much are you kind of sitting on them?
Right now, there's 2 more songs that we're going to try to figure out what to do with. One, very excited about what could possibly be happening with it.
That's incredibly cryptic. Does that mean you're putting somebody on it, or what?
I'm not going to say anything else. But there's something very cool that I think people will be very excited about the outcome.
That's like next level of artist teasing. You know, there's possibly something cool that could perhaps happen in the future if the stars align.
Here's the thing. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. So it would be foolish of me to go any further, given the fact that what might happen has not yet happened.
But you're trying to make that thing happen.
It's supposed to happen. And we will see if it does.
Okay, we will watch this space for something. We'll see what happens.
And then something else that is supposed to happen is what I told you at Download, which is that we are supposed to come back to the UK.
I was going to ask you about that because, yeah, I'm wondering when do we think? I
still cannot say a definitive thing.
Is it looking likely for kind of mid next year or something like that?
First quarter.
First quarter next year. Okay, great.
But you didn't hear that from me.
Hey, who said that?
I didn't say it.
I didn't hear a thing with that one. That's all
Maybe
good.
it's just my pants are too tight and, ideas are being squeezed out. Things that I shouldn't say are being said because of the uncomfortability of my
out those ideas.
nether regions.
Oh dear. That's the way we get those exclusive finally with tight trousers.
Yeah, when we were numb is what's going on right now.
Very, very, very strong.
Right?
Very strong.
Nobody smiled.
And we enjoy it. No reaction for the rest of the room. Hey, here's something I did want to mention as well. We are coming up now, just to make us both feel old. It's going to be 10 years since In the End was released, like in a couple of weeks.
I thought you were going to talk about like our personal anniversary.
When is our personal anniversary? I can't remember the first time I interviewed you.
Could be 10 years.
Could?
No.
Can't be that long.
Everything's 10 years ago at this point. When you get to a certain age and you've been doing this long enough, everything is 10 years ago.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I did want to ask that with In the End, because, you'll now be playing it for at least 10 years.
Sure, yeah.
How has that changed over the years in the setlist? Does it still feel the same to you, or do you mix it up a little bit? Like, how do you keep... I guess the question is, how do you keep a big hit like that fresh all the time and interesting to perform?
It's about the show more than it is about the song at that point, because when you're playing it for so long... It's literally, if we're sitting in a rehearsal space playing a song that we played 18 million times, we're doing it because we are musicians and this is what we do. The minute that we're doing it on stage and the audience reaction and how important that song has been for our career and the way that the crowd, sort of to steal a wrestling term, pops for that song, that changes the dynamic and makes it a whole different thing. So, sometimes, and I think any art that is fortunate enough to affect people, at some point it's no longer yours definitively. I would say a song like Knives and Pens hasn't been mine since I was 18 years old. You know what I mean? So, everything's different, but I would say new songs feel like we're jacked up about it. Old songs feel like the audience is giving us, it's their show at that point.
That's fun, though. What a nice experience that is to have. Before I let you go...
But I could also just be saying that because of the tight pants. You never know what I'm going to say.
Interview's a write-off. It's just a tight pants interview. That's how people will refer to it from now on.
As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go take my pants off in the trailer.
Last question to wrap this up. So, massive stack lineup, like we keep saying. If you could work with anyone who's on this bill today, who would it be? Who would you like to work with?
I've already worked with Matt before, but obviously Alkaline Trio is my favorite band of all time. I've been lucky enough to work with Gerard and Mikey from MyChem. It's sort of funny. I would say those two bands. So just to get a chance to work with Alkaline and MyChem again would be amazing.
Amazing. Anyone else? Anyone new that you haven't worked with before?
We'll say Jimmy Eat World, because then I'd also get to meet them.
That's very true. Yeah. That is the dream.
Or at least you would assume.
Those guys. Yeah, you would hope. You would hope that would lead to a meeting.
If we did a collaboration but we still never met, that would really be very sad.
That'd be extra banter right there. Dude, it's always really good to see you. Hope we see you in the UK again as well.
Thanks, bud. You want a fist bump?
Well, fist bump there. With my many things involved there.
Nice.
Nice. Good to see you. Andy Biersack, everybody.